Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of gardening. I'm going to be working on a little project. I know it's kind of been a while since I've seen you guys. I had the holidays come around, I got a little busy, and then you know how it is, the mundane, the work, all that kind of stuff. But today I'm actually going to be showing you how to make a moss pole for a Monstera plant. I think if I can show you guys over here, I have this huge Monstera plant that I got probably about a year and a half ago maybe. And as you can see inside, it really needs to be propagated, and I'm gonna need to make a pole for it. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I'm also gonna be doing some just gardening and stuff, some relaxing kind of stuff. Can't wait to see what you guys think in the comments. Shoot me a like and subscribe, and have a great day, have fun, happy Memorial Day weekend.
Hey guys, so this is where I'm going to show you how to actually make the moss poles. So in this video I do 3 different kinds. As you can see I have 2 poles, but then once I get down to make the 3rd one, I thought, oh well, maybe I'll just like put 2 together and try and make 1. I don't know how much that really is going to be, how well it's going to work I guess, but we're just going to try it out and see what happens. So right now I'm just kind of measuring along with the, I call it the grid. So it's basically like a plastic version of chicken wire, but it's probably a lot more efficient than using wiring in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the poles, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, so now that we have cut out our grid and we've made it to the length that we need, it's time to start working on the moss. So as you can see, I just kind of shoveled it out into a bucket. I'm using the water to get it moist, and so that way it'll hold better once I start to put it onto the grid. This was a tip that I was given from a friend of mine that is familiar with making moss poles. I guess I've never made one before. He's also the one that helped me to use bamboo. So the reasoning is because bamboo doesn't rot like regular trees and regular branches. It does turn brown, but it's much more durable and sturdy over the long term. And that's why I'm using the bamboo. Now, moss poles are for Monstera plants because in the wild they actually grow up trees. So we're trying to mimic, we're trying to kind of fake it till we make it. We want the plant to climb up the pole, and so that way it doesn't, overtake your plant pot, which is going to happen the bigger it gets. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying out the moss. You'll see I'm also trying to kind of wring the water out because I don't want it to be soaking wet. I just need it moist enough so that way I can handle it, I can work with it, and I can actually get it around the Okay guys, so I'm finishing up the first pole and securing the last of the zip ties. I did feel like when I started in the middle and worked my way out that it was much easier to do it that way than it was to start from one end to the other. Other times it did feel like it worked. I think it just kind of depended on the mood I was in at the moment and how well it was working for me and how it wasn't. I will also say that because of the way this first piece was cut, some parts kind of look a little more thicker than others, and that was probably because I had a little more of a grid space to work with. I tried to make sure the zip ties latched on to at least 2 or 3 of the squares to kind of give it a lot of strength and hold it in place. I'm going to go ahead and move this over into the sun. This is over in my garden area. It seemed like it needed to kind of dry out because the moss was still really wet. Another tip too, I will say, is that I would think that covering the entire grid with moss seemed to be the much better and easier way to maneuver and keep the moss in place. I had to keep kind of adding moss and water and getting that right ratio and adding it to the poles as I went. So it seemed like if you cover the grid entirely with the moss, it will work just a lot easier when you're trying to put it over the top and do that overlapping. I am going to fast forward through the rest of the video. There's not really much else difference between the other 2 poles, except the third pole is to put together. Like I said, in the long run, I don't know how well that's going to last, but I guess we'll just find out and see. In the long run, I'll have to probably do like a 6-month update video, or I might just break them apart and make 2 separate mini poles. I guess we'll see how it pans out. So alright guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to add any questions or any comments. I like feedback. I like to know how well I'm doing on these videos. I like to really do the overlapping with the talking to kind of explain what I'm doing in the videos. Have a lot of noise being in a regular city, so I don't like to play the videos with the background noise. Some of it can be soothing in different types of like ASMR videos if that's what you're into as well. Let me know in the comments, and I can provide the raw video as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Okay guys, so here is the Monstera. I'm gonna try to do this to the best that I can while videotaping to show you guys at least just where some videos I've watched where it tells you where you're supposed to propagate it. So you can see like on the sides here, these little pieces that come down. These are the new roots. So this is actually probably where I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Oops, sorry. Probably right here, right in here, like right along. And then I'll probably do a second notch down here. So I'll actually have two pieces. And then again, I'm gonna try to do it here on this side because as you can see, this is where it's like really starting to become like too big for this pot, which is where I'm gonna need to actually put the moss pole. So there's also some pieces back in there that can be cut. Okay you guys, so for the last part of the video, I'm just going to show you where exactly I was cutting the Monstera plant to propagate it. The first cut I did originally was the cut that I was going to make, and then after I kind of decided not to clip the rest of that like branch that was there, so I just went ahead and did a couple more areas to kind of get that heaviness and weight off of the plant. Now the roots were really long and healthy and looked great, so I tried to do my best to keep them that way, so that way they weren't damaged or I didn't shock the plant too much. Now the final area that I left is where I'm actually going to place the moss pole. That was the whole kind of point of doing this, was so that that part that was I showed you before that was kind of taking over the entire plant pot, I wanted that to be where the moss pole goes. So I was able to just kind of lift the plant up. As you can see, I didn't really want to completely remove the entire plant, so I got lucky that I just kind of lifted out and I was able to shimmy or shove the moss pole in that back corner. That's kind of where I want the moss pole, or I'm sorry, where I want the Monstera plant to climb up the moss pole. So I just kind of shoved it down in there. I filled it in with some dirt. I tried to kind of secure it up against the back of the plant pot and up against the plant. I'm hoping that it won't fall out or that it's pretty sturdy. It didn't seem like it was going to move, so I just kind of filled it in with the best that I could with the dirt. And that's about it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's really important for us to show others how to do these types of projects, especially when you can do them by yourself. If you have any questions, don't forget to put them in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.